I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Tuesday, October 14th. Today.
This is a tragic incident, and this isn't the first time we've seen something like this.
An online sale meetup ends in a man shot. The man police are looking for and what to know before buying and selling online. Also today, fall flurries. Winter arrives early in some parts of Manitoba. Will Winnipeg be next? Find out in your Skywatch forecast, plus a coffee compilation.
Just because it's kind of a unique thing to collect.
The unique collection brewing in a Winnipeg home. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. He had something to sell, so he found a buyer online, but the sale turned tragic. A man has been shot during an online sale meetup, and now police are looking for the shooter and have a warning for you. Joining me live with all those details is CTV's Taylor Brock. Taylor, walk us through what happened.
Well, Marilee, what was supposed to be a typical exchange turned into a tragic encounter Saturday afternoon in the 600 block of Maryland Street. Police say a man in his 30s was robbed and shot during a meetup to sell an item using an online sales platform. He was taken to hospital in critical condition with what police describe as life-altering injuries. He's been upgraded to stable condition.
It's a regular meetup. You go online, you have an item to sell. We've probably all done it ourselves, and you choose a place to meet. Many of us have done it at home. I've sold items at home too, and you just feel like, you know, you're going to be okay with this. But every once in a while, someone will take advantage of that, and this was just such a tragic, violent, unfortunate ending to this situation.
Police released these images of the man they're looking for. He is described as tall, wearing black clothing with braided hair. If you have information about the shooting or this suspect, you're being asked to contact the Major Crimes Unit or Crime Stoppers.
Taylor, like Constable McKinnon said, everyone buys and sells online. What can people do to do it more safely?
Well, Marilee, one of the simplest things you can do is meet with the buyer or seller at a police station. The WPS has 4 dedicated buy and sell exchange zones in different corners of the city.
They're not monitored in the sense like a police officer doesn't come out and, you know, monitor it or broker the deal at all, but it's well lit. There's obvious cameras, and there's always police around all of the police stations. So it's a place where you can go and, you know, hopefully feel safe to sell your items, and it's going to deter people that want to have another plan in mind.
For those planning their next buy and sell meetup, those buy and sell exchange zones are at the police headquarters on Smith Street, on Grant Avenue near the Tuxedo Golf Course and Canadian Mennonite University, on Sinclair Street near Howard Chuck Park between McPhillips and Arlington, and Dugald Road at the St. Boniface Industrial Park. Now, CTV's Harrison Shin is digging deeper into this story. You can watch his full report on CTV News at 6.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Taylor. And once again, we want to show you those images of the suspect police are looking for. Here he is. He's described as a tall man with braided hair. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Winnipeg Police Major Crimes Unit or Crime Stoppers. An encampment in the Centennial neighborhood caught fire late last week. Yeah, take a look at this. In an email, the city told CTV News at around 1 o'clock Friday morning, firefighters were called to a fire at an encampment at Lizzie Street and Logan Avenue. As you can hear, small explosions could be seen and heard coming from that fire. The city says the fire was quickly extinguished and there were no reported injuries. A man in his 20s is charged with throwing a water bottle at a child. It happened last Wednesday afternoon. Police say some kids were playing near a park at Pacific and Ellen, and as they walked by an encampment, police say a man threw a water bottle at one of the kids. The man then chased the boy down the street, screaming at him. The kids ran to safety and told a parent, who called police. Police arrested a 27-year-old man at the encampment. He's charged with assault with a weapon. The child was not injured. The federal and provincial governments are spending $9 million to repair hundreds of Manitoba rental homes. It's part of the Build Canada Homes program designed to increase the number of affordable homes across the country. Today's announcement will help repair 738 affordable rental homes in Manitoba. The repairs will extend the life of existing housing units. According to 2022 Statistics Canada data, 169,000 Manitobans live in housing that's unaffordable, overcrowded, or in need of major repairs. And these people are at a higher risk of becoming homeless. And Homelessness Winnipeg welcomes the move, saying about 2,500 people experiencing homelessness are on Winnipeg streets in a single night, and adds this is despite the announcement, the need for housing continues to far exceed available units. Flu season is right around the corner, and health officials are urging you to roll up your sleeves.
It's very early in the season, and it's very important to get the vaccine now because it takes about 2 weeks for you to mount that immune response that you require to protect yourself.
Flu and COVID-19 vaccines are free and are available at doctors' offices, pharmacies, walk-ins, and community clinics throughout the city. The Winnipeg Regional Health Authority recommends everyone 6 months or older get the shot, especially those at higher risk of infection, including seniors and people with chronic health conditions.
Every year we report that people are in hospital from seasonal influenza, from COVID-19, and they are experiencing severe illness. They are in hospital, they're away from their loved ones. There's that impact that we can't always quantify.
The next community clinic is tomorrow at 640 Main Street between 9 and 3:30. An environmentally friendly way to get rid of your old electronics is coming to Winnipeg later this month. The Electronic Recycling Association is hosting a free electronics recycling event at the Charleswood Centre. It runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. October 24th at 3900 Grant Avenue. Accepted items include laptops, smartphones, TVs, keyboards, routers, and much more. The organization is trying to keep the waste out of the landfill and, where possible, refurbish the items to be donated to charities and schools. Manitoba Hydro crews are working to restore power to thousands of Manitobans following a fall snowstorm. Hydro says about 4,500 customers were still in the dark late last night, mostly in northern Manitoba. At its height, around 11,000 customers are without power after high winds, heavy rain, and wet snow brought down trees and power lines. By this afternoon, Hydro's website still showed widespread outages, especially in and around the Paw and Swan River area. Hydro says road closures and widespread damage are slowing progress. They're asking people to stay at least 10 meters away from any down lines and report them to 911. You can report outages online or by calling Manitoba Hydro. All right, let's bring in Colleen Brady and get a first look at our Skywatch forecast. Please tell me there's no more of that in the forecast.
Well, not for Winnipeg. No, and actually after the snow that hit northern Manitoba today, some sunshine there. So that's some good news. But some areas were pretty hard hit. But it wasn't just the snow that you saw there in those pictures, although those are pretty impressive pictures. Other areas got substantial rain, and other areas still got an awful lot of wind. Right now, though, we're seeing this, some rain falling in parts of southern Manitoba, just clipping the city of Winnipeg right now. Be prepared. It looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy week ahead here in the Winnipeg region. I'll have your full forecast for the city and, of course, for the rest of the province coming up. But let's take a look right now through the Bath Fitter Live Eye. Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, cloudy in some areas, but if you're in the southern part of the city, you might be clipped by those showers passing through. It is just 6 degrees. The winds are light. The pressure's dropping and the humidity is 70%. Out in traffic on this Tuesday afternoon, busy for southbound on the St. James Bridge, much lighter northbound. One other traffic note, Abinoji-Meekana westbound at Island Shore. There's been a collision. It does look like the cars have been pulled over onto the westbound shoulder, so traffic shouldn't be too affected, but just be aware it's there.
Thanks, Colleen. A unique piece of Winnipeg Jets memorabilia is up for grabs. We're going to show you what it is and how to get it, as well as how to support a good cause all at the same time. Plus,
in Manitoba, French is the language of a community rich in talent, knowledge, skills, commitment, and an incredible joie de vivre.
That joie de vivre is about to get a funding boost from the government. We'll show you what it means for French language here in Manitoba. Stay with us. Much more local news is still ahead. A key deal in the gas sector is on track to be finalized by the end of the year. BNN's Bloomberg's Morella Fernandez has more in the Market Watch.
The deal that would allow Sunoco to acquire Parkland has passed a key hurdle. The $9 billion U.S. agreement would allow Sunoco, an American fuel distributor, to take over Parkland, a retailer and refiner based in Alberta. It has passed a review under the Investment of Canada Act, which weighs the benefit of foreign ownership in a Canadian company. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar didn't change much. It ended the day at 71.21. West Texas Intermediate crude is down 80 cents to 58.27. Western Canadian Select is down more than $2 to 47.77. And the TSX shot up over 500 points today, sending it back up over 30,000. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
A man was stabbed during a fight early Saturday morning while attending a costume social. Police were called to St. Vital Community Center around 1 a.m. Saturday. Police say a man in his 30s was stabbed during a fight with another man on Overton Street. He was taken to hospital in unstable condition and later upgraded to stable. Police say the suspects took off before officers arrived. The case is now with the Major Crimes Unit. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. French language education in Manitoba is getting a multi-million-dollar boost from Ottawa.
In Manitoba, French is the language of a community rich in talent, knowledge, skills, commitment, and an incredible joie de vivre.
This morning, the federal government announced more than $72 million will go to French language education over the next 4 years. It's part of a new Canada-Manitoba agreement on minority language education and second language instruction. Its goal is to improve the quality of French education as both a minority language and second language in schools.
Whether it be preschool, high school, university, at every level, it is important that we continue to fund and to support French language instruction in this province. And so, because there is a growing demand for French education, be it in Francophone schools in La Division Scolaire Franco-Manitobaine or in our immersion programs throughout the province, there's exponential growth. So I think it's important that we support these organizations and these institutions properly.
Ottawa has a $1.4 billion plan to strengthen official language education across the country. A one-of-its-kind piece of Winnipeg Jets memorabilia is up for grabs, and it's all in support of a good cause. The team has submitted this autographed bowl for for Harvest Manitoba's 2025 Empty Bowl Celebrity Auction. It was signed by members of the 2025-26 lineup, and the description says it would go nicely with a cup, perhaps the Stanley Cup at the end of the season. It's one of more than 30 bowls signed by celebrities, which are going under the hammer, including one from Bob Odenkirk, another one from Will Shatner, John Travolta, even Jan Arden.
Food bank demand has never been higher here in Manitoba and all across the country. In Canada today, over 2 million people a month visit a food bank. Here in Manitoba, it's been as high as 60,000 in a single month. So we're talking about huge, huge numbers, and not just here in the city of Winnipeg, but communities all across our province, rural communities, First Nations in the north. Harvest Manitoba supports all those communities.
Another featured item is a bowl made by Dolly Parton that uses pieces from some of her old costumes. The auction runs online until Saturday. Just head to harvestmanitoba.ca. One of the world's most popular musicals is coming to Winnipeg. That and more local entertainment news coming up in the Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Paula Cole and Sophie B. Hawkins.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and mark your calendars because one of the world's most popular musicals is coming to Winnipeg.
That's right. Les Miserables is returning to Centennial Concert Hall. Cameron McIntosh's production of Les Miserables will be running from February 24th through to March 1st. The acclaimed musical is set against the backdrop of 19th century France and tells a tale of justice, morality, and the search for redemption. Tickets go on sale Monday. Just head to BroadwayAcrossCanada.ca or Centennial Concert Hall's website.
Well, improv is so exciting because you just never know what kind of show you're going to get.
That's right. And this week's Winnipeg Improv Festival is going to be full of surprises, including a Halloween-themed show by Winnipeg's own Club Soda Improv.
We're doing Turned. It's a zombie apocalypse show. So we're going to have, it's going to be kind of a very scary, intense, but also very fun improv show on Friday night. That's happening on Friday, and we're very excited about that.
It's the 24th edition of the Improv Festival. It's live theater created without any preparation or rehearsal. The festival is full of themed shows by performers from across North America and your local favorite groups. The audience is often involved in setting up situations for the performers to act out, which adds to the fun atmosphere.
The atmosphere is fantastic. The audiences we have are so excited and energized to see this theater because the thing is, it's being made up literally on the spot, right? It's coming right from what the audience is giving out to us in that moment, how the audience is reacting, conversations that are happening, and that energy, it's pretty hard to replicate anywhere else.
The Winnipeg Improv Festival kicks off tomorrow and continues all week at the Gas Station Arts Centre in Osborne Village. For a full schedule and tickets, visit winnipegimprov.com.
A well-known East Coast rock band is coming to the prairies.
The Trues are set to rock Burton Cummings Theatre. The multi-award-winning group is known for a number of hits you've probably heard on the radio, such as Not Ready to Go, Hold Me in Your Arms, and Poor Old Broken-Hearted Me. They've also got a new album coming out later this month called The Bloody Light. Tickets for the February 21st show are available starting Sunday at livenation.com.
Should be a good time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Colleen.
You bet. Your primetime lineup starts at 7 with The Voice. High Potential follows at 9, and MasterChef Canada wraps things up at 10. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look out at Confusion Corner. Trying to see through at Confusion Corner anyway. 6 degrees and cloudy out there. A little bit of light rain near the city as well. Winds are light. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers lost to the Edmonton Elks over the weekend, but it wasn't for lack of effort by receiver Ontario Wilson. Check this out.
Takes the handoff to Brady, wants to go deep. He will go deep down the field for Wilson. Up for grabs, and he catches it. Oh my goodness, what happened there?
Yeah, who knows? Let me try and break it down for you. Wilson managed to hang on to that 35-yard touchdown pass, but just barely after it bounced off both his and the Elks players' hands multiple times. This happened in just the closing minutes of the fourth quarter of Sunday's game. Despite the impressive show of dexterity, the Bombers fell short 25-20.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, after that wintry wallop across a good swath of Manitoba over the Thanksgiving long weekend, we have some rain coming through the southeast. I'm going to zoom out and show you really that the bulk of this system is stateside. All that rain basically swallowing up Minnesota and pushing further off to the east. We're on the northern flank of that system. Aside from that, as I mentioned earlier, after all that snow that came through parts of the north, a sunnier day today. But for example, Thompson, 20 centimeters of snow fell there. Snow Lake, Manitoba, 35 centimeters. We'll have photos coming up on CTV News at 6. But much calmer conditions today. A little bit of cloud passing by overhead overnight, so much calmer. But in terms of overnight lows, slipping just below freezing tonight across much of the north. But even as far south as Brandon, you're forecast to drop down to around -1 tonight. Other areas too. Minnedosa, Swan River also forecast to slip just below freezing. Winnipeg and many other areas in the south south should stay just above. Into Wednesday morning we go. You can see there's that layer of cloud for areas closer to the international border, further east into northwestern Ontario. Meanwhile, most other areas back in Manitoba, much clearer. That will continue into Wednesday night, overnight. But then here comes the next round of rain, and it's a pretty substantial looking rainfall, and it will cover a lot of areas, including Winnipeg. As I mentioned, it's going to be a soggy week. We'll see rain and showers off and on really through much of this week as we get into the weekend, including tonight. Some rain showers expected this evening. We drop down to 3 degrees, light winds out of the southeast at 10 kilometers an hour. Dry during the day tomorrow, but cloudy, high of 11. Still light winds coming from the southeast at about 10. We could see some rain come in by tomorrow night. Rain and showers both Thursday and Friday. That's what's expected. 12 and 13 degrees those days. Then we get into Saturday. There's still a low chance of showers showing, otherwise a mix of sun and cloud with a cool high of just 9 degrees, and then a mix of sun and cloud Sunday and Monday with daytime highs in that 10-11 degree range. You can see overnight lows too will stay well up above freezing, at least for now. Our first weather photo takes us out to Gimli Harbor. This was the gorgeous sky overhead. That was this morning. That photo is from Lori, just beautiful. And this photo is from Lynn. This was Saturday sunset southwest of Miami, Manitoba. Send us your weather photos by email to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
The CTV Skywatch Pick of the Day is brought to you by MJ the Musical at Centennial Concert Hall, November 5th to 9th.
A home in North Point, Douglas is brewing with a massive collection of memorabilia from a Canadian coffee shop chain.
All right, let's go check out the Robin's Nest. Come on in.
The Robin's Nest, you'll get it here in a second. Ronald George Moore is the curator of this Robin's Donuts collection. It includes figurines, mugs, containers, a license plate, a pair of whiskey glasses, and a decanter with the Robin's logo. There it is. Who knew all this stuff existed?
Yeah.
Moore says one of his prized possessions is a gift from his fiancée, which is a neon sign. Very cool.
Yeah.
Moore says a lot of people get a kick out of looking around.
Be interested in checking it out, so that's kind of cool. It's not like I have tours or anything, you know. But yeah, usually people are pretty positive, and just because it's kind of a unique thing to collect. I don't really know anybody who's collecting Robin's Donuts memorabilia, you know. So it's fun for me, and if anyone else gets a kick out of it, you know, good for them.
Moore is obviously a Robin's fan, so he probably already knows this fun fact, Colleen. But did you know the first Robin's Donuts store opened in Thunder Bay back in 1975?
I did not know
My
that.
Thunder Bay friends will know it's the one on Memorial Avenue. Been there a few times.
There you go.